Welcome back. It's the Flow Friday Sports Show on Flow FM, and we're looking at KNT Netball with Sally Bywater. Great to be speaking with you again, Sally. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
That's good, and it was a thriller yesterday for the ANZAC Day game. Kybybolite winning over Naracoorte by 5 goals, 57-52. Sally, the game looks like it was fantastic itself, but how was the entire spectacle of having this fixture on ANZAC Day?
I think it's just a very special moment. Kyby and Naracoorte have been playing these games for a few years now on ANZAC Day, and they really strive and they really appreciate to be able to do that. So, we always enjoy those games on ANZAC Day, and fantastic for these two clubs to continue their role in doing that.
And I assume there was a nice service before the game?
Absolutely. So, we like to honour our ANZACs, and I think this game kicked off at 5 o'clock. So, great under-light game.
All right, and Kybybolite snagging a good win to kick off round 3. We'll come back to the rest of round 3 in a moment with all those games to be played tomorrow. But let's cast our minds back to round 2 first, and there were some cracking games last weekend. Let's start off with Keith beating Border Districts 46-44, a nice close one here. Yeah,
fantastic game here, which we probably predicted this was going to be a great game because these two always live up to that. And it was a great game all over. Even at quarter time, Keith got the break to be 3 up at half time. Then Borders fought back and they were up at 3/4 time by 2. But then Keith win that last quarter by 4 to get the win by 2 goals. But a fantastic effort here by everyone all over that court and a great game indoors last week.
All right, so Keith doing just enough to stay undefeated there, and Lucendale did the same as well, stayed undefeated with a big win over Bordertown, 51-20.
Yeah, a huge win here by Lucendale to get that really big win. Obviously, not giving Bordertown any goals into Avenue because only shooting 20 goals for a game is not enough to win a game of netball. But they'll be back to the drawing board this week. But a fantastic effort here all over the court by Lucendale last week.
All right, let's move on to Mundalla. They are going along very nicely on top of the ladder with a healthy percentage of 175 thanks to this big win, 63-30 over Kybybolite.
Yeah, fantastic win here. We've spoken about Mundalla quite regularly over the last couple of weeks to say how good they will be this year. And when they're shooting 16, 17 goals a quarter is a fantastic effort to get 63 on the board and have a good win against Kyby last week. And, really cementing themselves on top of that ladder at this stage of the season.
Absolutely. They've taken a big step forward from last year, so Mundalla certainly a team we're going to watch closely moving forward, and we already know that Kyby bounced back nicely from that loss with a win over Naracoorte yesterday. But for Naracoorte, they made it a couple of losses in a row. They went down to Penola last week by 20 goals, 58-38. So same story as last year a bit so far for Naracoorte, still struggling against those strong teams.
It is. They started the season off well, that nice win against Pathway, but since then they've had really 2 big losses and obviously losing again yesterday. But hopefully they are a young side. Hopefully they will improve over the season coming in. But, I think at this stage of the season, probably middle of the road again for them.
All right, and it looks like we've saved the best for last. Kingston snagging a 1-goal thriller over Pathway, 45-44. Pathway still looking for their first win, and they just missed it in that one.
They did, and they probably had the momentum most of that game there. They were up at half-time. They were just under that 1 goal down. They had a really good third quarter to get in front at 3/4 time. But, Kingston playing well in that last quarter to snag the win, which was a fantastic effort by them. And, great to see them on the board with a win.
All right, let's get back into round 3. We know that Kybybolite beat Naracoorte in the ANZAC Day game. Are the remaining fixtures this weekend all going to be sort of ANZAC-themed games as well?
No, I don't think they really will be. I think, that known game, that Kyby-Naracoorte game does get that for there on that day, but the other games will just play ahead as a normal Saturday.
All right, fair enough. Keep ANZAC Day to ANZAC Day. It is a very sacred day, so I'm all in favour of that. But still 4 big games to come this weekend. Border Districts taking on Lucendale, a couple of the powerhouses going at it.
Yeah, I think this will be a fantastic game. I think this will be almost the game of the round. I think these two teams will be up there at the end of the season. They really want it. It's a game at Apsley, so there hasn't been games at Apsley for quite a few years. So it's great to see Border Districts back playing there this year. So be a bit of a trip over there for Lucendale to get that win, but I think Border Districts at home should get a win here.
Mundalla travelling to Bordertown for a top v bottom clash. Are you expecting Bordertown to show a little bit more this week going against the top side?
I really hope they do. I hope they come out with a bit more oomph this week to really take it up to Mundalla. I think Mundalla will be too good in this game, but let's hope Boardtown bounce back from last week and get a few more goals on the board.
All right, and this one should be a cracker as well. Penola hosting Padthaway. We know Padthaway haven't got their first win yet, but they have been fighting hard. Penola 1-1 so far on the season. This should be a good one.
I think so. I think Padthaway, even though they haven't won that game, they've had competitive games every week. So I think we'll see another good outing from them this week. Penola, I think, will get the win in this one. They'll be a bit too strong at home, but it'll be great to see Padthaway competitive against them in this game.
All right, and rounding out the action, Keith looking to stay undefeated against Kingston, who have been going along pretty well as well. But, you'd think that Keith are going into this one as favourites.
I think they will go in as favourites. They're at home again this week in the stadium, which will be great for them. But Kingston, obviously, they're 1-1. They've actually done quite well so far to start the season. I think they'll put it up to Keith, but I think Keith will get the win.
All right, plenty of good round 3 action to come and a brilliant ANZAC Day game to kick it off yesterday. Sally, enjoy all the action this weekend. Thank you very much for your time. Looking forward to chatting again next week.
Thank you very much.